Guys, I think this might be a project for all time, always. And once this finale wrapped up, I can only really say one thing. Oh, wow. Okay, again, just a side note, mild spoiler, but I don't care. How do you have Owen Wilson in your Marvel project and not have him say wow once? Talk about a missed opportunity, huh? What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Zack, and I love talking about cinema and all things entertainment. As always, I thank you all so much for stopping by. I really hope you enjoy your stay. Boy, oh boy, am I excited to talk about what we're talking about this time around. We're hopping back onto Disney Plus and back into the MCU, and today's video has the oh-so-glorious purpose of looking at Loki. Pun absolutely intended. Now, this stars Tom Hiddleston, once again playing our favorite god of mischief, and back on Disney Investor Day last December, Lord Feige himself was teasing this very series as like a heist film of some sorts, or a heist series if you will in this case. But it's a heist through all of time and all of history. That idea just sounded cool to me, so needless to say, I was so hyped going into Loki. And yes, Leo, this one's for you, even more so than WandaVision. After stealing the Tesseract during the events of Avengers Endgame, an alternate version of Loki is brought to the Mysterious Time Variance Authority, or TVA for short. They're a bureaucratic organization that exists outside of time and space and monitors what's known as the Sacred Timeline. And they give Loki a choice. Face being erased from existence due to being a time variant, or to help fix the timeline and stop an even greater threat from emerging. And not to worry, new Marvel property, new series, so this video is going to be completely spoiler-free for anybody wondering, even though there's some I really want to talk about. But from what I can tell you, I'll just say this, my friends. Loki was absolutely incredible. I mean, utterly phenomenal. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of friends on my Twitter feed put this in their top 3 MCU projects, period. Now, I don't know if I can go that far yet, but from what I can tell you, this is the best show that Marvel has put out on Disney Plus so far. I think I prefer this even more so than WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, because unlike both of those two shows, from the first episode, from the first frame, I was in it. This show is directed with such finesse by Herron, and it is so fast-paced. It really does feel like a race against the clock in so many ways, especially with how it's all put together and presented to us. And of course, it's Marvel, so these visuals are going to be incredibly stunning. It's a very colorful series as well, very vibrant to look at. Loads of greens thrown in there, of course, for the main character. Lots of purple as well, and a lot of orange thrown in there for the TVA, which, speaking of, guys, I mean, I love the overall production design, period, but the way the TVA is presented to us just hits differently. I especially love these sets and the way the TVA is presented to us. In my opinion, it is presented and portrayed flawlessly. The TVA feels like a spot you do not want to find yourself trapped in. I don't know if this was their idea for it, but it almost made me think of the DMB. You know, like your typical office space, low-key has to get a ticket to talk to the clerk and get some assistance. He has to wait around for his number to finally be called, but boy howdy, it feels like prison time waiting around. That's what the TVA felt like. And again, no spoilers in this review, but the way that certain characters get to become involved with the TVA and work for them, wow, what a doozy. Let me just say that Miss Minutes, voiced by Tara Strong, she's gonna be in my nightmares later, isn't she? I can already tell. Now, I gotta talk about Tom Hiddleston in this series. I don't know that he's ever been better in the MCU. I'm serious. And he's been in this universe for a long time. He was so glorious. Now, if he's not nominated for an Emmy in the next round of nominations for the next ceremony, I may blow a gasket, because there is so much range to this performance, guys. Despite everything he may have done in the past, especially throughout Phase 1, you still honestly feel so sorry for this guy. He feels so vulnerable in a way we've never really seen before, especially when he's subjected to the TVA's method of putting someone on a timeout per se for bad behavior. Again, whew, no spoilers, but I do not want to be stuck in there. That would get annoying real quick. Sophia Martino in this series, let's just call her character Sylvie for right now. Man, she was cool. Such a badass. And she's got a lot of fun banter with Tom Hiddleston himself. The chemistry they develop is something I would personally love to see explored further in later installments. And, yeah, from the looks of things, we're getting more installments. I am so on board for more. I also really enjoyed Gugu Mbatha-Raw as Judge Renslayer. She's an amazing actress. She really does not get the due credit she deserves. This is a very troubled character with so many different layers revealed to her, especially in this finale, which, don't worry, we're gonna get to. But I mean, this range was so good, I don't even think even Renslayer knew why she was so troubled. She was great, and again, I'd love to see more of this character. The same can be said of Owen Wilson as Mobius. He was so great. I loved him. Such an incredible character. Perfect casting as well. This is honestly the best work Owen Wilson has done in years. Most likely since whatever his last film with Wes Anderson was. And it's not often certain characters in TV shows leave me in tears, but certain things that happen with this character are just... I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. He got me. Obviously, all these performances across the board for the MCU, top notch, top tier. Bravo to everyone involved. I mean, everyone. I do mean everyone. You know who you are, person from the finale, who I won't reveal. And I also gotta talk about the time travel element. This is one of the big reasons why I loved Avengers Endgame so much, because I love time travel films and series in general. But Loki kicks this idea up a notch, long story short. And this leads to some really demented comedy on Pompeii especially. More and more I think about it, the more demented it gets. And gotta say, all these other Lokis we meet along the way, you get a colorful cast here. President Loki, also played by Hiddleston. I mean, I would vote for him. You get the legendary Richard E. Grant as Loki Classic. Such an amazing episode. It looks like he was having the time of his life there. And Alligator Loki. I mean, that's just it right there. Alligator Loki. I never knew I needed this, guys, but... I mean, goddamn, it's Alligator f***ing Loki. Now, while this is still fresh in my mind, this finale, I alluded to it already, and again, I'm gonna stick with my word. No spoilers on this review. God, I may need to do another live stream soon to talk about this, because this is truly, truly must watch. And holy I legit jumped out of my seat when I saw a certain someone pop up. A true game changer in every sense of the word for the MCU itself. When you know... You know, I absolutely loved this finale. It was so picture perfect in so many ways. The only real nitpick that I can give this finale and this series as a whole is that it does have a tendency to get a little bit too exposition heavy. Like, for example, there are certain scenes and certain monologues that can legit go like 5 minutes at a time explaining this idea of branching through time. But this is all much needed though, because if this whole concept wasn't explained to us in an extremely effective way, and WandaVision was kind of already toying with this idea of branching through time, but Loki really, really, really steps it up a notch. Like, if this exposition wasn't here, the entire MCU, I think, would become a big, gigantic, jumbled mess of a variety of timelines. And we as the audience would get confused, but how it's presented to us here, it's not really all that confusing. It's easy to follow. They did not fall into Fox's X-Men trap. Just saying. That's what I was afraid of, but they don't. Again, I knew exactly what they were talking about and where they were going with this as soon as a certain someone came in, and oh god, again, I may need to do another live stream to get deep into spoilers, but I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna stick to spoiler free for this video. But moral of the story is this, my friends. The doors have been thrust wide open. This universe has so many more possibilities now than it ever has, arguably. I mean, I just have so many questions and so many theories spinning around in my head right now. And my god, I cannot wait to get more answers. I absolutely adored Loki. I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you check it out on Disney Plus right now. All 6 episodes are there. What the heck are you waiting for? I'm gonna give Loki an A. Bar none, the best show Marvel Studios has put out on Disney Plus yet. This honestly may be the Nexus event of the summer, so what the heck are you waiting for, guys? Last pun related to the show for this video. promise. As always, this is just one guy's opinion. What did you guys think of Loki? Do you agree with me? Do you not? Did you hate this series somehow? I don't know how you would. And I'm also curious, where does this rank in and amongst the rest of the MCU projects? Is this your favorite show they've put out on Disney+? As always, guys, I love talking cinema and all things entertainment with you guys on the regular. I love making these videos, starting the discussion with you guys. So let's go ahead and continue the discussion down in the comments, shall we? And hey, if this is your first time visiting the channel, thank you all so very much for clicking on the video. And do consider hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything, and you can always change your mind later. And you guys will also be the first ones to know anytime a new upload hits the channel. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. That would be extremely beneficial to help get this content out there even more. I really thank you so much for your support, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching the video. Look out to more exciting content hitting the channel very soon. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!